Good evening. Well, it was for Unai Emery. Our former manager has schooled this manager again. What phase is he in? 1 point behind us. Is what it is. Yeah, don't worry, though. It's VAR's problem again. If you don't like what we say, cry. Leave it in the comments. We're back, Tuesday after the PSV game that no doubt we'll probably go and school them and everything's fine again. But Arsenal Twitter account, don't worry. They've tweeted out. Yeah. They've tweeted out. I'll tell you exactly what they've tweeted out. Make sure you smash the likes up. Make sure you sub to Arsenal History and More. And they've put a tough night in Birmingham. Okay, good one. How about just not tweeting it? Arsenal History and More, Kenny Ken 1972. If you don't like our ratings, cry. Leave yours down below. Jez, for anyone who hasn't seen your fan cam, give us your little breakdown of how that shambolic result. Maybe not performance, but shambolic. Well, it was. But listen, give us your breakdown, mate.
Pathetic. Absolute lackluster. No intensity. I have to sit here, Lee, Kenny, and I have to say the best player on the park tonight for us was Havertz. And I never thought I'd ever say that. It was crap. It was absolutely disgraceful. You know, this is a supposed team that could have gone and got top of the league comfortably, looking comfortable. No, we capitulated, fell apart. Villa, fair play to them. They were the better team. They weren't brilliant, but they took us apart. And Unai Emery, who knew? The manager that I didn't actually want to have sacked. Personally, Arteta, mate, you need to look at yourself, because I'll tell you what, go and look at yourself in a mirror, because you have got lucky. And I said this after the game at Luton the other night. We got lucky again. Now, mate, you have been called out, and you are going to be shown the fact of what football's about. Because I'll tell you what now, Lee, Kenny, chat, whatever, you will not be top of the league by Christmas. End of.
Right. Listen, people are saying, and listen, I know you said it on your fan cam, Kenny, that we were the better team in terms of creating and stuff like that. And yes, we was. But I always felt that we were limp. We were lackluster. And Unai Emery was always in control of that game. We've seen him do it all season. But for anyone who hasn't seen your fan cam, make sure you do check him out. Give us your breakdown, Kenny, of what you thought of that today before we get into the ratings.
Well, first and foremost, Kai Havertz wanted it more than any other player. Zinchenko redeemed himself. But at the end of the day, I don't particularly blame him. I think our defence was just on basic. I think they were just on the coach for that first goal. You know, Ben White had to cover two defenders who should know better, and he failed. You know, Odegaard, I'm sorry, but that 50-50 challenge, can't be doing that if you're captain. I know you've been kicked up and down, you've had a bit of concussion, but come on, mate. You've got to get in where it hurts, mate. That's the Premiership football. You can't be, yellow belly like that. You know, there was VAR controversies, but end of the day, everything becomes irrelevant if Odegaard puts his chance away, if Saka puts his chance away, and Martinelli puts his chance away. You know, was it a penalty? Not a penalty? Doesn't matter. We put our chance away. We equalised early on. We win that game 3-4-1 because Aston Villa were on empty. Let's not, this was Aston Villa used up all their emotion and energy for the Man City game. But for today, they were there for the taking. But we made it easier for them with the substitution of Martinelli, who, by the way, weren't great. He was like a kid in a man's game. But Trossard, just couldn't get in the game. And then Emery's substitutions outwitted Arteta because he just brought energy on and runners on who could press us or hit us on a counter attack, and that was it. Game over. But all these excuses are relevant because we had enough chances to win about a couple of games.
Yeah, I totally agree. Listen, Martinelli had a chance. Yeah, Saka had a couple of feeble efforts. Odegaard had a couple of chances. Like, here's what it is, isn't it? If you don't like the ratings, cry. We don't care. Jez, let's go to the goalkeeper. I've seen a lot of people calling him out for not saving that. How about call out your centre backs, which we'll come to in a minute? How about call out the left back? How about call out who gave the ball away in the first place? Is what it is. What did you make of the goalkeeper?
Yeah, well, let's be fair. He had no chance there, did he? I have to blame it on Ben White and Zinchenko. Sorry, the goalkeeper, no option, no chance. We get a strike like that. A player turns in your box. McGinn turns in the box, sweeps it. Yeah, I mean, come on. I'm not sure that even some of the greatest goalkeepers I've ever seen would save that. So I'm not blaming the keeper. It was shit defending. And 6 for Raya. 6.
Benjamin White, Kenny.
Yeah, for me, Benjamin White, he's not strong enough with McGinn. He shouldn't be getting, he's got to get close to McGinn. You don't have to challenge him, but at least get close to McGinn. But the situation is that Benjamin White, we shouldn't be missing Tomiyasu with a player of your experience and international, and a player who had a very, very good season last season. Where's the levels from last season, mate? I know you've been carrying injury, but come on, man. You've got to turn up now. We shouldn't be in a situation where when Tomiyasu's fit, he just takes your place. But you're making it easy for Tomiyasu to take your place. So I'm giving Benjamin White a 5.
Let's go to the opposite side. 35. Cheers.
Oh, yeah. Caused the first problem, then ball into the box. Yeah, terrible display for that part of the game. But he did try in the second half, so I'll give him a 5. But that's a generous 5.
William Saliba, Kenny.
William Saliba today was sorry, but disappointing for the goal. He was terrible, and today he wasn't himself. He wasn't himself. He wasn't bringing the ball out. He got roughed up a bit, especially when we were holding up the ball. It's probably one of his poorest games he's had since he's got his chance. So I'm going to be generous and give him a 5. That's not the level. You know what I mean? It's not as if he had much to do because we were dominating the game, but the things that he had to do, I wasn't impressed at all. I certainly was angry with him for the goal.
His centre-back partner, Jez, Gabriel.
Yeah. Again, I don't think he was great today. And fair play, I thought Saliba was poor, and I think Gabriel was poor. He just isn't. None of them looked on the game today. I don't know. This is what frustrates me, Lee and Kenny, is the fact, when you're in this position, right, in the league, where we're looking to maintain our top position, and players just do not turn up. I'm sorry, I think it's disgraceful. Poor 5.
Declan Rice. I knew you'd like that, Kenny.
I'll call him Declan English. Declan English. Thing with Declan Rice, right, today, he weren't his game today. I think that he used up a lot of his emotion, in terms of like getting the equaliser. I think he towards the end of the second, I think he flagged a bit. Didn't do too badly, but he wasn't the levels of recoveries that he was doing early in the season. So I'll give Declan English. I'll give him a 6. He's played better in all the games. So I've watched most of Declan Rice's games. So I go to nearly every game. I've only missed a few games this season away from home, and Declan's been a lot better than that. But I think with Declan, when we're in possession and we're dominating the game, I think Declan could have taken a bit of a risk. He could have just, been an extra man, especially when Villa were just end men behind the ball. He could have just made that late run, which he's more than capable of doing.
Yeah, big up to you for longing that out while I went to get the beer. I had to run it under the hot tap because it's frozen. Let's go to. I'll give you this one, Jez. Captain, leader, Real cream advertisement. Maybe he could do a Pantene because he's worth it He spends more time doing this with his hair and more time on the floor, yeah, and more time ghosting, run. And there was one point in that first half where he was just standing there like this. He was just bouncing up and down on the spot in the penalty box, yeah, while they had the ball. Yeah, absolutely woeful. Missed 2 absolute decent chances today. But don't worry, mate. Yeah, he's apparently unbelievable. Creator.
Rubbish. Absolute rubbish player today. Did nothing. Showed no captain's leadership at all. Which is, this is what I did a show last night about my best players from the 90s, and we had proper leaders back then. This guy is absolutely not. He's so in and out of games. He was crap against Luton. He was crap again today. I'm sorry, man. You're a 3. You're rubbish.
I think a 3's generous, but it's your ratings. People are crying, he's our captain. Yeah, I've got a lot of Norwegian subs, mate, and none of them know why. None of them know why he's captain of Norway, and I've got a lot of Norwegian subs. I think it's the 5th most highest subbed country. Is what it is. The PR is amazing. Let's go to the opposite side. He got stuck in today. The player much maligned, the player that we've all raised an eyebrow, called out, slagged off. I refused to celebrate his goals. You was in the crowd when you see him score his first open play goal, Kenny. And what did you make of him today, mate? 29.
I thought he was their best player today. Got involved, made runs, got him behind the Villa defence. He was put on a plate for Odegaard. Like I said, showed aggression, everything. That's what we want from Kai.
Especially on the way.
And there was an end product for Kai as well in terms of the creating that sitter. And I don't recognise him because I was really pessimistic about one, his inability to score in front of goal, and his inability to have a good game for us. But I can't fault him since Brentford. I really can't. I thought he was one of probably our best player against Luton, and today it was. I'm going to give him Kai an 8. Now, that's not a sympathy 8. That's because he gave me everything I needed today.
He was the only one running off the shoulder. Yeah, listen, everyone knows my thoughts and feelings about him, so I don't need to waffle. Yeah, right. But let me say, all the way through my watch along, yeah, I was like, right. And when he put that foot up high, he got the ball, he spread it out. I wanted him to shoot there, but he ain't got that confidence level yet to take that pot shot from 25 yards or 20 yards, right? But all the way through that watch along, I was like, do you know what? The 2 players I cuss every week, 2 players that I don't rate, the 2 players that shouldn't be in this club, in my opinion, they were our best 2 players today. He was easily man of the match. He was quality today. Yeah. And he was the only one. Yeah. He's squaring up to Emi Martinez. I mean, he's never going to win that battle. Let's be real. If it was outside of a stadium down a dark alley, he's getting pammed. But I like that. Get stuck in. Yeah. He was running off the shoulder. He was creating. He looked energized today. Yeah. Maybe, just maybe, yeah, some of the others can have a look at that performance from him today and say, do you know what? If we play to that level, we might have just got something. But anyway, there you go. We can praise. Let's move on. Bukayo Saka, Jez.
Poor.
Star boy.
Poor. Look, lackluster. Didn't do anything to impress me at all. Yeah, he had that one shot. It was weak. But no, sorry, man. 4.
I think that's generous as well because I thought he was shit. Let's go Martinelli. Kenny.
I'm trying to be positive, but in a negative. But yeah.
No, listen, it's your ratings. People are crying regardless of what you say. If we're positive, if I celebrate a goal, it's a fake celebration. If I don't, I'm negative. Whatever. Yeah, cry in the comments, man. Go on, Kenny. Martinelli.
Martinelli frustrated me, because there was opportunities for him, man, to wreak havoc. That's when we were playing at high line, and just no end product with him. Saying that, I was cheesed off when he got substituted because it made it easier for Aston Villa after he went off. But you can't have that much of the ball. You can't have that pace and not affect the game. I'm going to give him a 5 because at the end of the day, that's the best I can give him. But he deserved
isn't it? He is frustrating.
You're thinking
He gets in positions, but then he slows the game down sometimes.
Exactly. And I don't know why he's doing it. Maybe he's looked at it. He probably looked over his shoulder because Trossard's in, and Trossard's got a more experienced football pedigree and brain than him. But one of the reasons why we need Martinelli is because he takes teams by surprise with his pace. We need the rawness. We need that
dynamic,
unorthodox kind of tactics, because that can win you games. And last season he was doing it all last season. He needs to get back to those levels, because he's not the only player, but at the moment we're going to need it next season.
Fact. Let's go to the striker that openly admits that scoring is not his strong point, Jez. Spent half the time on the floor crying. You'd never know that he grew up in the favelas. What did you make of him today?
Sorry? Absolute crap. Did nothing.
Okay, love you.
Around, just fell on the
floor. Yes, they are.
Sorry, Jess. I heard that, Kenny. Big up to wifey. Yeah, come on.
It's my youngest.
Oh, come on. Okay, yeah. Mad drama. So you have to tell him. Yeah, come on. Well, go on, Jez. Sorry, mate.
No, that's right. Yeah, Jesus, rubbish, man. For a player of his quality, he just spends half his time on his arse. I mean, get on. Show some bollocks, man. Seriously. You're supposed to be a top-class player. You fall over all the time. You're so plastic, honestly. I've got no time for players like that. And I'll tell you what, Lee, he can piss off in the summer because at the end of the day, we need better than him. Seriously, when he joined us, I thought, wow, here we go. But no, rubbish. Absolute crap. And you were shit, man. 3.
Let's go to our substitutes. Kenny, let's go to Eddie Nketiah.
Well, I can only echo what a good person I've got a lot of time for on Twitter said. Eddie Nketiah came on, game over. That's about right.
Yeah.
That's about right. I mean, how can someone who's paid $100,000 a week at a big club basically just make up the numbers? Don't get me wrong. Had it been another day or another referee, he might have got a way of getting an equaliser, and my player rating would have been different. But he was involved in the game because there was controversy affecting him in terms of like, should Carlos have been sent off? Shouldn't he? We don't know. But 4, come on, Eddie, mate. Come on, mate. Your manager has invested a lot of time in you. We actually need goals. You're not affecting the game. We need better from you, mate, because we may not get a striker ready. So you're the man. Whether you want to be that man or not, you have to be that man at that fox in the box, right? And you need to look at yourself and think, you know why? You know what? I didn't come on against Luton, and we needed an equal. We needed a winner, and I didn't bring you on. That says it all. You know what I mean? Says it all. That's how I look at it.
Let's go to Trossard, Jez.
Oh, came on, mate. When he came on, I thought, oh, this would be influential. And I thought, yeah, this would be good. Nothing. Absolutely bloody nothing. Nah, not for me, mate. Poor 5.
Let's go to, last but by no means least, Reece Nelson.
Poor Reece. That's all I say. Poor Reece. Poor lad. The only thing I noticed him do was running on and getting over the white line. He didn't have any. There's nothing for him to do. The game was virtually over. Didn't get into the game. No pass. Nothing. I'll give him a 3 but that's not out of malice. He didn't do it. He didn't. I don't think he touched the ball. Did he touch the ball?
I didn't see him touch the ball.
I don't think so.
Embarrassing.
Shocking.
You know how this works, people. Sub to Jez's channel, Arsenal History and More. Kenny Ken 1972 on Insta. The links will be there. We're going to do a 3, 2, 1 countdown and do the manager. 3, 2, 1,
4,
2.
I'm giving him a 4 because he annoyed me because what he did is he gave control to Aston Villa by taking off Martinelli, and it sounds really perverse because I'll give him a horrible. I'll give him a 5, and he didn't exactly cause the chaos I wanted, but he was still a threat whilst he was on the field, and that, you know what I mean. We just couldn't get behind Villa, so that was a tactical mistake which played into Emery's hands. So, you know, Son's giving him a 2, me and Jez give him a 4, and I think that's quite right. You know, when you chase him again,
gave him a 4, Kenny. I'll tell you why I gave him a 4. Because he was up in the director's box and he can stay there. Because that's where he should stay. He's an absolute calamity of a manager, and I want him out now. Seriously. Because I tell you what, I'm saying it, Lee. I'm saying it, Kenny. I said it earlier on my fan cam. We will not be winning the league title. This guy is an absolute arsewipe prick. And I've had enough of this. I'm fed up with listening to all the bullshit about how good this guy is. He's crap, man. Unai Emery must be sitting at home right now, rubbing his hands, thinking, boys, you shouldn't have got rid of me because I'd have won you stuff.
See, that's the whole situation with Mikel. Mikel's a very impatient man, you know, where he tries to fix something that isn't broke. Now, arguably, a lot of fans are saying he tried to fix the goalkeeper situation, wasn't broke. I tend to agree with him that if you're that obsessed with possession football, then you might as well get a goalkeeper and do that. But there's certain things where, you know, the way we're moving the ball really quickly, you know, we're just passing teams off the park. He seems to, you know, think, oh, now we're in the Champions League, we've got to play a more controlled game. But he's transferred that game into the league, and yet the way we're playing the Champions League is how we were playing last season. Can you see what I mean? It's a bit perverse.
Yeah, mate, listen, this guy's been there for Daisy for 4 years. Yeah, he's had mad PR, he's had mad money, he's had mad, like literally, like everything. Anyone who goes against him shut down. We're toxic, we're negative. You're a Spurs fan, you're a hater, you're doing it for money, you're doing it for clicks, you're doing cool. You better hope, yeah, all you people, yeah. Because I ain't seen none of you in my comment section today. Yeah, but I see you all on Tuesday when we beat Luton, or whenever it was. Tuesday, Wednesday, whenever it was. See you all then. What you saying now? Yeah, I didn't see you today. Like I don't see you in the summer.
You won't see him because the situation is that, you know, they're caught between two stools. But, you know,
because they're lying.
Yeah, but you know what it is with people's personalities. They always say you can tell someone's personality from the handwriting. You could, but in terms of like people's footballing opinions, their opinions are their truths. You know, comes to fruition, or you see their true selves.
Just go through their tweets during the game.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. During the game, either when they're in the grounds or when they were at home amongst their loved ones, or they're now becoming you know, video printers through Twitter. That's them. That's what they really think of the team. That's what they really think of the manager. But that's not going to make him any friends, and that's not going to get him jobs with BBC, and it's not going to get him on podcasts.
Facts. And on that bombshell, we are going to wrap this up. Big up to both of you. We move on. We go to PSV on Tuesday. Jez, what you got coming up, mate?
Probably tomorrow I'm going to match reaction. I'm not doing it tonight because I'm way too angry and I'll just be talking bollocks. Like, well, I talk bollocks anyway. But
no, you don't. No, you don't. You talk a lot of sense. You talk a lot of fans, a lot about our great club, because you know you a lot of our fans, especially from abroad, they know the players, but they don't know the fans. They want the experience. You're the closest thing to a match day experience for a lot of our fans, especially our fans in the USA. You know, who follow you. TJ Warren has got a lot of time for you. You're the closest. You are TJ Warren's live match experience, because you know he would love to get the games, and you know. He's going to Arsenal based on all your experiences during the 80s, 90s, and everything. So that's why we all gel together, because we all got different strength, we all got different experiences, but combine it, it's 150 years.
Thanks.
Absolutely, man. I'd say it's more than 150 years between the three of us.
Yeah, exactly.
Kenny, very quickly, I can't do Wednesday night because I'm up in London for my annual piss up of a club that I belong to. Can you do Thursday night? Can you do Thursday from?
I can do a Thursday night because I'll be getting a train to it across the thing. We could do Friday.
Yeah, Friday's fine.
Yeah, because I could bring. Yeah, I'll Friday. What time on Friday?
Yeah, we can't do Tuesday because obviously it's
Yeah.
PSV. Wednesday, obviously, I'm in London getting pissed up big time because it's always an annual piss up big time. So yeah, that's cool. Lee, man, thank you for having me on.
Yeah, what time on Friday do you want to do?
Always. Kenny, what you got coming up, mate?
Right, I've got coming up. I've got what I've got coming up. Coming up, I've got tomorrow. I'm saying the whole family is continuing celebrations of my wife's 50th, and we're going
Today,
to.
is it today?
No, her birthday was on Thursday. We had everyone around the home.
Oh, sorry, mate.
Today she's out for a meal, and so tomorrow we're all going to the Copper Box to watch some basketball.
Mm.
So we've got tickets. The whole family are going to be there. Her nieces and her nephews. My brother's going to be there, and we're going to give her a bit of a send off. So that's
Big
what
up
we'll
to you,
do.
mate. Come on. She deserves it as well. Come on.
Cool.
All right, make sure you sub to Jez's channel, Arsenal History and More, Kenny Ken 1972. I'm back for 3 watch-alongs tomorrow at Letty versus Almeria at 2 p.m. Spanish time, 1 p.m. UK. Tottenham versus Newcastle, and then Barcelona in the Catalan derby against Girona, 2nd versus 3rd. Yeah, let's see if Girona bottle it like we did. And on that bombshell, cry more. We're out of here, people. Make sure you sub to Lee Reacts. Yeah, make sure you sub to Jez. Make sure you follow Kenny Ken 1972. Laters.